Here. Applaud now, you won't later. When Benny asked me to do this program, and he said, well, how far should we take it on East Winter Street? Would there be enough to do on just the 2 blocks from Sandusky Street down to the library? And I said, or should we go farther on out? And I said, oh, I think there'll be plenty in those 2 blocks. I said, in the amount of time, we'd probably run out of time if we went too far on this first one. And am I ever right? I don't know if I've spent this much time on 2 blocks before. And the number of places. We went through every city directory that is in existence that we know of, tracking down all the businesses, thanks to Susan Logan and others. We've had other volunteers over there helping us on all of this, and it's been quite a chore and a lot of fun trying to track all of this down, just from Sandusky down to the library. And and we have as our openings, one will hold that just for a moment here, but our opening one takes us back to as far back as we can go as far as an actual photograph. But when you think of this street and the founding of the community and how Moses Bixby, on finding the community, on laying out streets to begin with, he lays out Sandusky Street, he lays out William, Winter, Henry, Michael, Henry Street, named after the founder of the city, the co-founder of the city, Henry Baldwin. And then he names also William Street, after William Bixby, his brother. And he names Michael Street, the brother, I believe, of Henry Baldwin. Michael Street is that little street that goes right by the creek at Ohio Westland there. He lays out that one and names it. Names Sandusky Street. He also then names Winter. Well, not Winter. He names it Witter, W-I-T-T-E-R, Witter. That was his wife's maiden name, Moses Bixby's wife's maiden name. Why the name never stuck? Well, we don't know. Maybe they didn't like her. More likely it was because, I suppose, Winter was easier to remember, easier to pronounce. I don't know. We don't know. All we know is it evolved into Winter Street. And here we are then with our earliest photograph. Let's go to it. This is the oldest photograph we know of anyway, of actually East Winter Street. And you look at that mud street, you look at that scene in 1891, looks like the Wild West. And here's a coincidence to that. You go 2 blocks to the west, you go to where St. Peter Episcopal Church is. A man was married there back in 1876 by the name of John Clum. He married a lady by the name of Mary Ware, Mary Denison Ware. They then left Delaware. It was quite a social event at the time. They walked down the street a little further out, West Winter Street, about a block, had the reception, left the same day for the Wild West. He, in fact, captured Geronimo. He also was the first mayor of Tombstone, Arizona. Founded the Tombstone Epitaph. Wrote up the shootout at the OK Corral. Made Wyatt Earp and Doc Holliday famous. And he married this girl from Delaware. And you think of Tombstone, Arizona, it doesn't look like a whole lot of difference right there. And that was only a few blocks away. Now let me give you a few facts about that. In fact, that was 1876. 1880, here's East Winter Street in 1880. There were 7 livery stables in the city of Delaware at that time. Livery stables where they kept the horses for the day. And you could rent like a parking garage for the horses. They had 7 of them. One of them was on East William Street. One of them was on Sandusky Street. The other 5 were on East Winter Street, between here and the river. So 5 livery stables. Along with that were the following saloons. J.P. Thompson. No, I'm sorry, I'm giving you the livery stable names. J.P. Thompson, located at 22 to 26 East Winter Street. Right where we are right now. That's not this building, but it was right at this spot. It's where one of the livery stables stood. There was an A. Thaw on the southeast corner, today where the Sarah Moore Home addition is. S.B. Weiser, south side of East and east of Union on the south side of Winter Street, today about where the library is. G. Pierce, north side, almost across from it probably, where the police parking lot is today. And then there was W. H. Case, southeast corner of Henry and Winter Street. In other words, about today where that bypass goes through across the street from the library on Henry. There were 3 restaurants, one at 21, across the street, almost right across the street, one at 25, and one at 27. So there were 3 restaurants. One of them, though, also restaurant, saloon, but besides the one that was listed as a restaurant and saloon, you had the following saloons. One at 21, one at 23, one at 27, one at 35, one at Winter Street and Union, one at 41, one at 59, one at 71, and one at 75. 9 saloons, 5 livery stables, and 3 restaurants on this street, anchored with a couple hotels. One down here, and one, of course, right next to us here with the original hotel there on the corner. Let's go to some of those pictures, in fact, of that hotel, if we could. Here we are. Now, actually, we're on Sandusky Street looking at it right there, but this is, you know, Winter Street would be around the corner right there on the left. Yes. Let's go to our next one. Here's a view from a little bit farther out west Winter Street, looking back to the American House, to the hotel there, and the Hinton House. It was, of course, originally called the Hinton House. There had been a frame hotel there, and then they took it down and built this building, the large one in the background there, which is the American House, or the second Hinton House to begin with. Another close-up of that. By the time it was called the American Hotel. Inside of that, there would have been a jewelry store in there in 1875. Here's an actual photograph. And it was the Hotel Donovan by this time. During those years, 1886 to 1914. Way back in the back, you can see the back to our Hotel B. There we go. Back to the hotel back on the corner. So you had the hotel on both ends of the block. And the American House, Donovan, Hinton, also went by the name of the Allen. Here it is as the Allen Hotel. A couple things about it. Businesses developed inside of this building, beside it being a hotel, and I would imagine from the very beginning it also had some type of a place to eat. Even in the frame building, being a stagecoach stop, as its inception from the very beginning, you would have had to probably had some place to eat there. And then that went by different names over the years, that restaurant inside the hotel. But besides that, you have here, here's one that I've always been intrigued a little bit with. On the corner, you know, on where the Delaware County Bank is, on the other corner, do those steps still go down there? I forgot even to look today. Yes. The stairs that goes down along it, they still do. Of course, there's none at the PNC Bank now that was built in this place, but there were steps that went down right there on the corner. You entered it from the Sandusky Street side, right there is where you were going down them. And various things down there, barber shop, coffee shop. Here's one that I remembered that